ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور
Hello and good evening. Today is Tuesday, March 25, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash and you're watching RTA News. Based on the decree of Amir al-Mu'minin Hafazahullah, the leader of the Islamic Emirate, a technical team of the Amu Darya Coastal Strengthening Directorate has identified 15 vulnerable points around the sea and conducted a technical survey of them. The Ministry of Energy and Waters says that with the implementation of this project, hundreds of acres of barren land will be removed from the Amu Darya sites and converted into agricultural land. The Foreign Minister of Iran says that a strong regime is ruling in Afghanistan and has maintained its power. In an interview with an Iranian news agency, Saeed Abbas Araghchi said that security and sovereignty have now been established in Afghanistan and that only the Islamic Emirate has power over its territory. We have more details in this report.
Iranian Foreign Minister Saeed Abbas Araghchi, in an interview with an Iranian news agency, said that security and sovereignty have now been established in Afghanistan and that no one other than Islamic Emirate has power over the territory of Afghanistan. He added that a strong regime is ruling in Afghanistan and has maintained its power over the past 3.5 years. Previously, there was self-rule in every corner of Afghanistan, but now a centralized system has become dominant.
The reality is that there is currently a single power governing Afghanistan which has established its control over the past 3.5 years. Unlike in the past, which various individuals control different regions, there is unity now. Security and sovereignty are in place.
Meanwhile, the Islamic Emirate welcomes the recent statements of the Iranian Foreign Minister and adds that these statements mean a correct understanding of the current realities in Afghanistan.
This reflects an understanding of Afghanistan's current realities. It's a fact that a unified political power exists in Afghanistan, holding complete control over the entire country.
Iranian Foreign Minister traveled to Afghanistan at the beginning of this year, leading a delegation and discussed with the officials of the Islamic Emirate the further strengthening of bilateral relations and a number of other issues. Political analysts believe that Afghanistan and Iran have extensive historical and diplomatic relations, and the two countries should maintain relations with mutual coordination.
This situation can indeed strengthen peace and stability while also building trust with the international community regarding Afghanistan's future. I hope that after all these years, the current acting government of Afghanistan has realized the importance of taking serious steps to address ongoing problems. We need to maintain good relations economically and politically with Iran. It's also important for Afghanistan. Additionally, protecting the rights of citizens is crucial, which is a significant matter for Afghanistan.
It's worth mentioning that the previous day, Maulawi Abdul Salam Hanafi, the administrative deputy to the Prime Minister, discussed the activities of the mentioned embassy with the Ambassador of the Islamic Emirate in Tehran, Maulawi Fazl Muhammad Haqqani, and Mr. Hanafi urged the officials of this embassy to increase their efforts in boosting ties between Iran and Afghanistan and providing better services to the Afghans living in that country.
Mullah Hamdullah Fitrat, deputy spokesperson for the Islamic Emirate, says that in 1403, 410 dams were built in the country for better water management, irrigation of agricultural lands, feeding of groundwater resources, and storing rainwater. He added that last year, in addition to the 4 major storage dams, Shah and Aroz, Omari, Surkhab, and Kamal Khan, dozens of other projects were also handed over to operation by the Ministry of Energy and Water. Mullah Hamidullah Khunzada, the Minister of Transport and Aviation, inaugurated the construction of a standard passenger terminal in Uruzgan province worth approximately 38 million Afghanis. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation says that the terminal will be completed within the next 14 months. Officials from the Ministry of Public Works report that 358,085 metric tons of goods were transported by railway in the month of Houth of last year. The spokesperson for the ministry indicates that they are working to create favorable conditions for transporting more goods and to provide additional facilities for traders. We have more in this report.
The spokesperson for the Ministry of Public Works says that 358,585 metric tons of goods were transported via railway in the month of Houth last year. He states that the largest part of these goods were transported through Hairatan port, which is 224,852 tons.
During the year 1403 solar year, 35,885 metric tons of goods were transported via Afghanistan railways. This included oil and non-oil products as well as other materials that were both imported and exported.
According to him, a part of the goods are transit and exports, adding that the more the level of exports and transport through railway increases, the more income and job opportunities increase.
در مجموع انتقالات که یک بخشان ترانزیت و صادرات می باشد.
In the month of Houth, 19,880 tons of commercial goods were transited and exported, with the larger position being oranges, potatoes, dried fruits and pomegranate juice. The Ministry of Public Works and Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is working to construct more railway lines in Afghanistan to create better conditions for transportation and provide more facilities for traders.
After the Islamic Emirate retook power, the transport of commercial goods via railways has increased and efforts are being made to connect Afghanistan to regional and global rail networks. Officials say that they are determined to prepare Afghanistan to play the role of a trade bridge between Central and South Asia, and extensive efforts are being made in this direction.
Dr. Abdelbari Umar, the Chief Executive Officer of the Afghan Electricity Company, met with the head of 77 Turkish company and discussed the progress of electricity generation projects in Afghanistan. The head of the Turkish company expressed interest in investing in renewable energy projects in Afghanistan and assured the company of continued cooperation. The Kandahar Provincial Media Office reports that the Provincial Traffic Department has generated over 182,541,000 Afghanis in revenue from the issuance of driving licenses during the past year. And the final one is that officials of the Ghazni Public Health Department burned 15.5 tons of expired medicines and food items. The Monitoring and Inspection Department of the Ghazni Public Health inspected pharmacies and food stores in the center of Ghazni during the fourth quarter of 1403, and as a result, 4.5 tons of expired medicines and 11 tons of substandard food items were collected and burned in the presence of relevant officials. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a good night.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا